We just got done talking to Miss Arcadia. Now we're going to talk with former Miss Arizona USA 2014, Jordan Wessel with us. Good morning, Jordan. How are you?
Good morning. I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. And you know, we're talking International Women's Day. We're talking about empowering women. And you have been doing it way before you became Miss Arizona USA. And it was kind of like one of your platforms as you moved forward with doing that pageant. And now it's continuing that way. But how was it being Miss Arizona USA?
Oh, it was amazing. It was such a fun chapter in my life. And it was the first pageant I had ever competed in. So I was brand new into that world and just really utilized that year to its fullest potential. And I really feel like it shaped me into the woman that I am today.
Yeah, and what's really great is that that was a way for you to expand on empowering other women that you've been wanting to do. And that brings us to now to your platform, which is kind of cool. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so I've actually been working on developing a type of platform ever since I gave up my reign in 2014. I just didn't know what it would look like. And throughout my reign, I really discovered my passion for mental health and empowering other women for confidence. And so when we were developing More Than Ink, I really wanted it to be a safe space that women could be empowered and educated and really just feel less alone. So we're a digital platform that includes a podcast as well, where we just talk about 4 different pillars. So it's mental health, health and wellness, body image and confidence, and social issues.
So, okay, let's talk about how COVID affected you to make some changes, because you just got talked about podcasts online, but still you had to make some changes with everything going on, right?
Absolutely. So I was living in New York. I was a full-time model this time last year. And so I was developing More Than Ink on the side, and it was actually going to be events in person. And so women could buy tickets to then meet some of these incredible women that we now have on our podcast. And so when COVID hit and we decided to come back to Arizona, I really had to rethink what the business plan was going to look like. And that's the beauty of technology these days, is I was able to launch this podcast and have our site and really help people stay connected, even though we are far apart.
Yeah. And on this podcast, you are getting some top names. How do you do that?
I think it's just my experience in the industry. Like I had mentioned, I was modeling full time for 4 years in New York, and I was meeting so many incredible women. And the more I was getting to know them on a personal level, I realized they were struggling with the exact same things that my everyday girlfriends back in Arizona were struggling with. So I wanted to create something that would help bridge the gap so that all types of women with all different backgrounds could come together and have conversations that really left both parties feeling empowered.
Wow, and it does, and it's a great podcast to listen to. And I know you talk about the ladies doing it, but it's okay for the men to listen in too, because they might get some insight on how they can help their spouse, their girlfriend, whoever, be better at their jobs and empower them and help them.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I'm proud of the fact that we're able to talk about things that are so far beyond just beauty. It's all about inner beauty and talking about the things that affect, it's a very holistic approach to navigating how we can empower other women instead of just looking at the outside. It really starts from the inside out.
So, all right, it's not just a podcast. There's also merchandise involved, what I think definitely helps women put something on that they can show off their empowerment to others.
Absolutely. So we actually only launched a year ago. And so we launched about 5 months ago with merchandise. We launched an affirmation line. So you can see right behind me, I have one of our sweatshirts. So it's just saying enough, beautiful, worthy, loved. It's these affirmations that I really want to encourage women to say to themselves over and over and over again until they can truly believe it.
You know, amazing what you're doing, which is so great, and you want more people to get involved. So where can they hear the podcast? Where can they get the merchandise? Where can they find out more about what you're doing?
If you go to our website, morethanink.com, you can get links to buy our merchandise and also the links to the podcast. We're on Apple, we're on Spotify, and you can also go to our Instagram. That's how we really stay connected. So we're at More Than Ink.
Jordan, amazing. Well, thank you. And you know what? Once we get this quarantine under control a little bit more, I'd love for you to come in and sit with me and we talk a little more in person. How about that? Before you head back to New York, do more some, top modeling and stuff.
You got it. I would love that.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.